Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Brad Keselowski's 2022 King's Hawaiian Pretzel Slider Buns Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. Of course, Brad Keselowski owns the team, makes a lot of the paint schemes, and here is another great one. Now this one's quite interesting. This is a really random scheme here. Now, I really like the way this car looks. It's another matte car, chrome numbers on it. I mean, it just doesn't get any more interesting than this, and it kind of has a bit of a patriotic vibe, just with the orange in place of where I would imagine red being, because it's red, white, and blue, but now it's orange, which is really cool. Another type of sponsor for the 164s. So let's get this diecast out of the box, and let's get it ready to be reviewed on the channel. So, of course, we're going to take it out of the package. Here we go, folks. Here's the diecast out of the box. As you guys can tell, King's Hawaiian Pretzel Slider Buns. Matte finish. Looks like the same chrome numbers that were on the Fastenal car, which is really interesting. So, I mean, it is a lot of these cars to keep track of. That's why you don't see every single diecast being reviewed on the channel, because it'd just be a lot. So, I try to just be random with the paint schemes that I choose. Kind of be unpredictable, so that's kind of an interesting fact about the channel. Every weekend we go for different type of paint schemes, which is, I think, is pretty cool. So, number 6 right there, RFK, the Ford Mustang, looks to be wrapped pretty good. Of course, you have King's Hawaiian Pretzel Slider Buns. Now, that is a bit crooked, but I don't think it's actually a flaw with the car as far as I'm concerned. I kind of do remember seeing a bit of a slant to the logo, because it also, if you look at the deck lid, it also slanted back there. But, you know, you just never know with this company what's accurate and what isn't. But here's something that is accurate. The hood vents are actually over the decals, which is a good detail. Finally, they're working on that. Got Ford, Keslowski right there. You got Sunoco, Goodyear. We got a blue chip right there. That's just great. NASCAR Cup Series number 6. Brad Keselowski, King's Hawaiian. You got Ford, King's Hawaiian again in Castrol. Siemens, a little logo that I cannot read, next to Mac Tools. Brad Keselowski, Violet Defense, Kohler Generators, Pretzel Slider Buns, so it's actually straight this time on this side. Fastenal and Kohler Generators. Of course, got RFK right there, King's Hawaiian. You got Ford at number 6. Here's what I'm talking about here, this crooked Pretzel Slider Buns. I'm actually not sure if it's supposed to be like that, because it's also like that on the hood as well, so I'm going to have to fact check myself on that at some point, but it does look like it is accurate, because if it's like this on the hood, it should also kind of be that way on the deck lid. Kind of an interesting design choice if that's actually what they did. Got Keselowski, and of course you have, let's see how many of that same King's Hawaiian logo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's actually pretty fitting for the number 6. For the paint scheme itself, it's matte orange. Of course, that's the color they spray coated it. And let's look at the numbers first, of course. So we're going to got the orange outline, which is kind of like a shadow, a white shadow outline, of course, and the orange number fill-in, the same kind of orange. And, of course, you're going to look at the side, you're going to have the orange being replaced with the chrome effect to the number for the shadow and the fill-in, with the white kind of outline in the middle. Really nice. The chrome numbers just look fantastic on this car. This car probably wouldn't be as good if it did not have the chrome numbers, let's just be honest. Just kind of interesting how the number placement is just so far close to the NASCAR Cup Series logo and towards the front wheel, that's kind of how it turns out, how with this new number placement. It's got the black splitter, the black spoiler, and of course it's going to start out with the blue wrap in the front with the 3 little crowns next to the headlights right there. It's going to wrap all the way around the front. And it's going to stop at the front wheel wells. You got the part of the Keselowski template, the 3 little stripes. Of course, you have the black underbody part. They did not wrap all the way around. Kohler Generators is going to have a bit of a orange little stripe there going through it. The bioethanol logo, which sometimes I forget to point out. Got the black little post right there, which has got a chip on it. That's just fantastic. The black B post, and of course the blue is going to wrap all the way around the top of the car. It's going to wrap all the way around towards the rear quarter windows, the A-pillars, just every top pillar of it. The entire top is going to be blue there. So that's really cool to see. And of course you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little crowns wrapping around the A-post. Very cool that they kept that theme going all the way around, just like an American flag would. Now, the blue kind of does look faded. If you get a closer look, you can kind of see it's a little fuzzy, but that's because that's a wrap, not paint. The orange itself is where the paint is. And of course, the logo has the little flowers and the leaves. So I'm going to count that as part of the paint scheme as well, which it looks really good spiking from both sides. That is a really nice little detail they went and they added at RFK Racing. And of course, the rims are that new, another different color, the dark gray, black type of painted wheel. And the back is just going to have a black stripe to it. And of course, that is going to be it for the paint scheme. Now, it's a really, really interesting design. I actually really like this scheme. Now, at first, when I saw this, I didn't really like it at first because it kind of seemed too simple. And on top of the fact that, you know, it's not one of the primaries that's going to be like, wow, this is a really great paint scheme. That's how I felt about it back then. But now that I have the diecast in my hands, it's kind of funny. You know, you start out not really liking a paint scheme when you actually see it, and then you get the diecast on your hands, and then you realize how good it actually is. Just, you gotta have the diecast to appreciate the paint schemes. Something that I learned from Race Day 2011 during his time as a diecast reviewer. But this is a really, really nice car. I love this one. Now, as a 6 fan, because I'm a Mark Martin fan, I like the number 6 paint schemes. I kind of follow them. This is a really nice design for the number 6. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, I always say it in these Keselowski videos, would have been even more awesome if Mark Martin was driving it. Here's the front of the car, here's the hood, it's the right side, it's the back, here's the deck lid, here's the roof, it's the left side, and the chassis as a phone notification went off in the background of the video. But very, very nice car. So if you're collecting Brad Keselowski and RFK cars, this is definitely one you're going to want to get. And I'm going to start doing close-ups more often in these diecast reviews. So I'm going to show very close-up angles of the car in a better way than I have in the past. That's just part of the channel development here on Project 94. Just showing you the close details of these paint schemes. These very intricate, beautiful paint schemes that race in NASCAR. And of course, NASCAR always has the best paint schemes. I mean, just, to me, a car body, a NASCAR body is like almost a canvas. And when you start designing, the sky's the limit for the imagination. As long as you create something that you like and that you know will be very popular and send the message across for the sponsors. That's a big part of, you know, sponsorship, paint schemes, and such. But this one right here, I absolutely love it. I mean, the orange just looks great. Like, even with the dark blue, or like the darkish, lightish, it's almost like one of those different types of blues. It's like a mix of dark and light. It just looks really nice. It complements the orange very well, and it definitely makes the chrome numbers on the side pop out even more than it would have if it was just a normal number. So that is very, very cool. I really like this scheme. I highly recommend you pick it up. I don't know how rare each and every one of these diecasts will be, but I'm pretty sure they will all go up in value at some point. These next-gen cars, everyone wants them. So, thank you all for checking out this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe. It looks like we have the issue fixed now. Apparently, we were having problems getting people to subscribe because the subscribe option would not show up for some reason. So, I tried to fix that issue and work on it. Hopefully, you guys will be able to subscribe now if you haven't already. And feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.